Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Xenonauts 2, Early Access, Milestone 4. As today, we are just 10 days out from finally being able to start in on our new Dragonfly dropships. And then aside from that, we've also got a number of other new projects running. Most notably, new laser rifles for our riflemen, and our very first Mars combat platform. I mentioned it last time around, but yeah, I think we'll have one on each dropship once we've got bigger squads. And then, of course, also to that end, we're doing up both of those vehicle projects that have been sitting in our queue for a while now. Stronger armor and better rockets. And if you're wondering how we afforded that, it's because I finally sold off a bunch of our excess alloy and alenium. I was told that I was hoarding far too much, which, in my defense, aside from my natural hoarding instincts, is also just because this is my first time running through Xenonauts 2 in any significant capacity, so I have no real idea how much of this stuff we actually need to keep stockpiled. But hey, this is all great experience for if and when we inevitably do a full launch run. That said, let's push up the clock. We're aiming for day 210. Though I'd wager we'll see some more alien activity before we get quite that far. And a new report. UFO Interceptor. The Alien Interceptor appears to be an enhanced version of the fighter UFO, a small yet deadly craft designed specifically for hunting down and destroying human aircraft. While these vessels have similar dimensions to their predecessors, the materials used in their construction are far richer in exotic alloys. The hull of an interceptor is therefore substantially stronger and better armored than that of a fighter, despite no overall increase in the weight of the craft. Similar improvements are evident in the upgraded engine array, which allows the craft to reach astonishing speeds in pursuit of prey. However, it appears this thrust can also be redirected through a network of outlets dotted across the hull, a technique that permits the interceptor supreme agility in combat. The weapon systems on this vessel should be treated with respect, for they seem capable of tearing apart even our most sophisticated aircraft in a matter of seconds. It is therefore paramount our pilots do not allow these UFOs to get behind them. Despite this fearsome firepower, the relative fragility of alien interceptors means a well-armed human fighter can often best them in a frontal attack, particularly if they can evade one or both of the devastating fusion missiles. One thing that has not changed is the inability of such craft to survive impact with the ground once shot down, although the exotic materials used in the creation of the interceptor means the resulting wreckage will yield increased quantities of alloy. Okay, yeah, so pretty much what we expected. They are just enhanced fighters. And then we saw pretty much all this other stuff on display during the actual dogfight. On we go. Let's get that first laser machine gun transferred over. We've got a lot of new toys in the works. I'd like to try out at least one today. And reinforcements. Welcome to Woe, Jampa, and Valinrook. Which is quite possibly the final wave of reinforcements we'll be getting in this particular campaign, since we are coming up pretty quick on the end of the current content. There are still like 40 people left on the waiting list. Sorry guys, we just didn't suffer the mass casualties I was kind of expecting we would. Not with that, fairly generous survival system. But, I've still got the waiting list, and it is pretty inevitable that we're going to end up playing the full launch build. So if and when we do, anyone who is already on the list, but didn't get in this time, will get some slight extra prioritization next time out. And, we might also tweak the difficulty settings a bit next time out to make it ever so slightly more lethal. Anyway, welcome aboard, guys. I'll worry about getting you properly kitted off screen I know there was a special request or two about loadouts, but we'll worry about that once we've actually got some action. And still no aliens. Huh. Millennium Warheads online. That ups the kill power of our Angel Interceptors. Yeah, I'll assume that's better. I didn't really memorize the numbers for Tier 1. But we'll see how much better they actually perform once we've got them out in the field. You know, if and when the aliens ever show up. I hope. No, I mean, it hasn't been long enough to worry about it too much. I have heard that sometimes it can break. That aliens just stop showing up after a certain point. Which in our case should be day 320, but it is awfully quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, I mean, we're not even seeing, like, ground events. Like, not even the alien base is making trouble. We're not seeing any event pop-ups in Latin. Oh, okay. Well, there's our monthly funding. Wow. I did not think we'd actually reach that today. And also, my goodness, yeah, that's not great. I mean, honestly, our panic numbers aren't that bad, relatively speaking. Though they did just downtick. But it's the facilities and such, the new interceptors, the expanded labs and everything, right? All that stuff costs extra upkeep. So even though we have actually kept our panic at relatively reasonable levels, yeah, we're starting to bleed out on monthly funding. 8 hours out on the new dropships. Let's go ahead and get that done before we commit funds anywhere. We'll need cash on hand to actually start construction. Oh, and let's go ahead and transfer over a couple of those laser rifles. Here we go. X3 Dragonfly Dropship. The X3 Dragonfly is a tilt-rotor dropship that combines the performance of a turboprop aircraft with the functionality of a helicopter. Increased carrying capacity and speed make it a major upgrade over the old X2 Skyhawk. The most notable feature of the Dragonfly are the twin tiltable rotor assemblies, each of which is auto-stabilized and can be controlled independently. This makes the Dragonfly easy to maneuver in tight spaces, an important consideration given it will frequently be called upon to deploy soldiers into confined urban environments. These rotors are reinforced with alien alloys and driven by a pair of ER2 Alenium reactors that allow the generation of truly monstrous amounts of thrust. When locked in flight position, i.e. tilted forwards, the Dragonfly is easily capable of breaking the sound barrier. Although smaller than the Skyhawk, the Dragonfly can nonetheless carry a larger squad of 12 combatants and up to 2 vehicles. This increased carrying capacity is primarily possible due to the removal of the Skyhawk's enormous fuel tanks, which are no longer required due to the aforementioned Alenium reactors. Unsurprisingly, constructing a Dragonfly will be expensive and consume large quantities of precious alien materials. Yet, I suspect it is a price well worth paying. One does not require an intellect as vast as my own to observe that bringing more soldiers into battle will increase our chances of victory. That it will, my goodness. So that's up from 9 to 12. If I had realized it was that drastic an improvement, then I would have done these way earlier. I really honestly thought it would just bump it up to 10. So I guess that means our new squad loadouts will be 11 soldiers plus 1 weapon platform. Extra sniper seems like a given. Machine gunner. So how much do these actually cost? Right, and I guess we have to set our new project, too. I'm not too worried about Reapers, honestly. I mean, I do want to knock it out at some point, but I feel like we have higher priority projects right now. Could just start going up the list, shortest to longest. But we have had alien electronics sitting on our list for a while now. So you know what? Even though it's one of the longer projects, yeah, let's go ahead and get that one done. I am curious to see what it unlocks. And then we'll do heavy lasers and start working our way up. As for the Dragonfly, 500,000. Okay. Well, that is not bad at all. It does admittedly strain our very meager monthly funding, but we could get one going pretty much right away. Though I will have to shuffle some things around, reprioritize some projects, decide what we're doing with the excess. Give me a sec to run some numbers. And we're back. And yes, we've got Dragonfly 1 and 2 in the works. That was $1 million there. And then I also went ahead and got a second Mars combat platform going, since obviously we've already pretty much banked the upgrades for those anyway. So we're about 8 days out on the dropships. And slightly longer on alien electronics. So our new goal, I guess, is to aim for day 220. Which should bring with it plenty of new toys. Though again, I can't imagine we'll get that far without at least some alien activity, unless things are actually broken. Though I suppose even if it is broken, we do at least still have that alien base to raid. So we will at least have one more thing to do. But let's see. There we go. Okay, we're seeing some movement. Lay it on me. What do we got? Abductor with fighter escort, just north of Exo. Headed in the wrong direction for an intercept, but we should at least try. I mean, maybe we can make that. Oh, civilian cruiser, something new. I think that might be our first large UFO. Oh, okay. You know what? Change of plans. Forget the abductor. We'll go for the cruiser instead. And a Wraith cruiser just north of Phoenix. Oh, headed the wrong way. Shoot. Holy moly. Okay, well. Well, I am seeing a very obvious issue here. Crap. How are we supposed to... Okay. Oh, wow. Notice that one angled away from us the second we got close to it. Oh, no, that one came right at us, so, I'm just glad we finally shot one down. Crash site on the map. Oh, and there's that abductor again. Can we actually catch it this time? Yes. Fantastic. Ah, shoot, right. Assuming direct control. Usual strats. We'll get Angel 4 up close, try to distract the abductor, and take out the fighter simultaneously. And then we'll have the Phantom 2 ghost in from farther back. Catch the abductor from behind. Nice dodge, bozo. Ship target, launch torp. And get out of there, Angel 4. You've done your job. Ah, shit. We are going to take a hit here. Just got to stay out of that firing arc. Total whiff on that torp. But that's fine. Phantom 2's got it. Coming in hot. Slow your roll. Dodge. Armor out. Stay on their 6. Come on. And we are good. Would have been slightly easier if we'd landed that torp, but yeah, we'll absolutely take it. So 2 crash sites on the map. 1 for Phoenix, 1 for Exo. And given that Phoenix is currently a little in the dark at the moment, I guess that means Exo's up. Though boy, yeah, I really do wish we'd shot these guys down sooner. Let's get Exo out there. Do some damage control. Squad's already set for the most part. We just need to make sure we've got our new toys slotted. Which I believe is just the las rifles. Quick spot check just to be sure. You'll note I moved Erica Hammer over to Grenadier duty. Her high accuracy should definitely cut down on the number of whiffs we've been seeing lately. And thanks to the indirect fire mechanic, she won't really have to move around all that much either. To those who are about to die, etc., etc. Yeah, no way we catch that. No, we're still damaged. That would have been bad. Yeah, we literally just came out of that Phantom fight. They wouldn't even have our guns reloaded yet. Let alone all that catastrophic damage repaired. We'll hopefully catch them on the rebound. What did it say we had on this one? Scions? Yes, Scions. We have a Secton Elite dead ahead. Plus an armed friendly. Can't imagine he's going to get far with just a handgun, but got to admire that confidence. Scion on left. And right is clear. Let's snag the Secton. Target out. But we will we will definitely go for captures wherever possible. We are in dire need of more cash, especially now that it's evident the monthly funding is no longer going to cut it. Which, to be fair, really does actually feel like the natural progression for the game. As you develop bigger and more sprawling bases and fancier toys, it's only natural that the upkeep costs would continue escalating until they naturally offset the meager funding that the nations were offering to begin with. So yeah, I feel like there is a certain point where you would inevitably become more reliant on getting your actual spending cash from missions like this one. And as aforementioned, they do naturally give you more sources of income as well over time, as you finish the various analysis projects or research projects, and thus no longer need those specific resources. So you can just turn around and start selling them instead. Which I guess is actually a good reason to knock out that Reaper project sooner rather than later. We are essentially going to be swimming in Reaper corpses at some point, given the way those guys work. But I'll just let future retcon worry about that. Current priority is dropships and electronics. Well, current priority is not dying during a milk run and embarrassing myself in front of my audience, but, you know. You gotta think fourth dimensionally. Oh, that is an easy cap. Okay, let's do this. Check left. Secton. Drop the hammer. Corner cleared. Go for cap. Risky, but I think worth it. Yeah, I might just have to shoot him. All right. We'll stop dragging it out. Thank you, gold. Shame, though. I mean, that would have been an extra 5 or 6K. Not much by itself, but it does add up. No other immediate threats in view. We'll just hunker down. Hold. Oh, wow. Johnny Diggs. Still on the prowl. Scion on left. And we're good. Clear cover. Thank you, Erica. Target softened, but still standing. Oh, look at that. Perfect angle. Nice. First las rifle kill. I mean, would have been nice to go for a cap there, but we still have a building to clear. Left side clear. So, where are we headed? I guess we'll just start pushing up for now. Watch for more threats. And hold. All quiet. Pushing up. Main building seems clear, at least on left. Oh, there we go. We've got a wounded Scion officer. Johnny Deeg's work, no doubt. Though, judging from the giant pool of blood behind him, I'm going to say Deeg's didn't fare well in that exchange. Grenade's no good here, since it only works on the horizontal plane, which is definitely one of the more notable oddities in this game, the deeper I get into it. The fact that for whatever reason, despite the game being built on a three-dimensional grid, they couldn't get explosives to work properly in similar three-dimensional fashion. Not being able to destroy flooring is also a bit weird. Which is a shame, because it would open the door for a lot of fun tactics. Climbing up on top of buildings, blowing out the roof, dropping onto the guys inside with shotguns at the ready. Not to mention, of course, the added risk of having the flooring blown right out from under you. A lot of potential there. It just seems peculiar it's something they didn't end up doing. Though, I mean, I'm no game developer, of course. I'm sure there's any number of complications that might have just made it unworkable. At least within the constraints of their budget and development time. Very nice. Still a bit distant for a cap. Might just go for a kill here. Target very dead. Cover. Oh, there's our ship. Seeing plateaus on top right. Guess we'll regroup, angle left. No point in really mucking around with the rest of this stuff if our primary target is right here. And with a functional front door, no less. Let's start congregating. We'll get snipers up top. They should be able to see right over that wall. And you know what? We're already here. Might as well finish clearing this structure. At the very least, it's good cardio. Okay. Hold. And look at that. We've actually got some survivors trailing behind us. That is a rarity. Alright. Finish clearing structure. Then push ship. Johnny Diggs, rest in peace, bud. Another survivor. Nice. And I guess we'll plateau over here. Why not? The rest of our guys will start angling towards that door. Just keep the crew contained. Maybe pick off an easy target or two. Oh! Well... looks like they packed a spare tank. Good to know. That does change things ever so slightly. Also, so much for that door. I guess we are doing this the hard way then. My goodness. Oh, wow. That did nothing. Alright, okay, that's fine. Wow, and that peeled off the whole front plate. Which, at least to me, implies that we did do damage with that charge. It just didn't display properly. And tanks, but no tanks. You know, it was over pretty quick, but that was definitely a memorable moment. And you know, it did definitely complicate things for us since we now have an unfettered view straight to the telepad. Meaning we have to immediately... Oh! Well, that is also a slight complication. This escalated rather suddenly. You know, they lulled us into a false sense of security with those first few easy targets, only to suddenly hit us with a notable elevated threat. Interesting. What are you trying to deprive us of our salvage? Alright, well, you still wasted your one shot, so... now I am better composed. Whereas you are soon to be decomposed. Really hoping a third one doesn't pop up here somewhere. Okay, yeah, I mean, Carpete bombing definitely had a much more pronounced effect on that one. Almost completely trimmed its armor. Lock down the door. Or, you know, what's left of it. Yeah, let's make sure everyone's away from this thing. I don't think we're dropping it this turn. Shoot, this would be great for the laser MG, but we're just too far out. And I really, really don't want to get closer. It's fine. Snipers have it. We just have to last one more round. Hold. Nice. Oh. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, so apparently these things aren't great at range. That is good to know. Hi. Don't mind me. Front plate cleared. Go for the kill. That's one. And that's two in the tank. Really hoping we're clear out here, but let's, yeah, I mean, that's the edge right there. That's got to be it. Regroup. We'll hold on door while we wait for everyone else to catch up. That'll give us some time to thin out the remaining crew. Mentark's still active. No contact, but definitely at least two still moving around. Let's push up closer. We'll lock down the pad. Check side. Right side clear. Doors on left are closed, implies that room is empty. Since, as we have very, very clearly seen, aliens hate closing doors. So, I guess we'll set up to get a peek in there next round. Though I am fairly certain it's fine. Though, of course, now that I've actually put that out in the ether, I am now growing anxious. I see you, RNG. Don't you fucking dare. Hold. Target. Oh, bye. Clear left. Holy crap. Okay, well, all right then. Ow. Sorry about that, Henrik. Got greedy. But hey, 'tis barely a flesh wound. And now we can say left is clear. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it's another one of those cases where it looked like the door was closed because we hadn't actually established visual to it yet. That is incredibly misleading. They really just need to cover that up with Fog of War and be done with it. Showing the player something that is just tacitly false is dirty pool. I mean, like, if we'd already seen it, then sure. Then it should stay locked in whatever position it was in when you last saw it until you see it again. At which point, yeah, then it would be updated to show whatever its current status is. But that obviously wasn't the case here. Thankfully, the RNG was feeling sufficiently cooperative, so disaster averted. We came within a hair's breadth there. Let's hold for another couple of rounds. We've got a Mintark and a Secton in the wind. We'll see if they wind their way down. Hey, free Mintark. And Secton out. Check ammo. Let's make sure we're locked and loaded before we head up. Hold. Breach. Scion non-com. Make that 2. Both faced away, so might make for easy caps. Let's push our luck here. Target 1 locked. Oh, shoot, right. Gold is a medic sniper. Right. So, you know what? We might actually have to kill one of these guys. In retrospect, I am now realizing we came in with 2 less stun guns than normal. Gold and Abraxas. Nice. Stun at 32. Yeah, and see. My machine gunners all have medkits now. But we can still lock down. I guess we could push number 2. That is a relatively small health pool. Unless we whiff every shot, I guess that is also a possibility. Hey, there we go. So 32-32. Though we're now... We're now in a less than ideal positioning. Alright, you know what? We'll let RNG decide. Hey, there we go. Scion capped. Now the other one. $43. And target capped. Thank goodness for that. Though in retrospect, what I really should have done was lock them both down with flashbangs, close the door, and then just focus down one per turn. I just got greedy. Set on pads. Breach. Scion officer. And mind-melded Secton soldier. Just double-checking who's actually got stun weapons. In fact, you know what? Let's lock down the officer. Break that mind meld. 32. $54. Oh, shoot. Ow. Okay, this isn't going quite to plan. Target locked. $22. $44. Should have topped off before we came up here. Secton out. Ugh, right. Which just leaves Abraxas, but I'd really rather not have him lighting up the cockpit. Yeah, hold, I guess. Oh. Wait, did you have... I didn't finish Rabovsky's turn. He could have dropped it. God. Sorry, Henrik. My goodness. In my defense, it's like 3 in the morning. Oh, boy. Well, no one died, so you know what? I'll call that a win. Hey, maybe you got a Crimson Heart out of it. No, of course. Of course he already has one. Why wouldn't he? That is like the Raider rite of passage. And we never got to fire off that new laser MG. Though we did get some use out of the laser rifle, so still got to play with one of our new toys at least. Plus a lot of use out of those new explosives, so that was also very satisfying. And a solid 7 caps. Alright, come on back. We'll get this stuff sorted out. And then I think we'll be at a good place to call it. We do still have that cruiser in the wind, but we'll just worry about that next time. I think I know how we can deal with it. That first one went down pretty easy, so I think if we just separate our interceptors so the Angel isn't slowing the Phantom down, the Phantom might be able to solo it. But it is risky. Then again, what in this game isn't? That said, man, I really wish I hadn't messed up in that last round, but whatever, it's fine. It happens. We'll hit the pause button for now. We'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, get Phoenix reset, and sell off all this excess loot, see where that gets us. And we will pick up here next time, as we do some much-needed cruise control. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Theory V23, Revenant, Alois, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the Patreon, the PayPal, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.